friends, welcome back to math. We are on lesson 5. We have been talking about shapes, 3D shapes, 2D shapes, attributes of a shape. Remember, that's how you describe it. 3 sides, 3 corners, no sides, flat faces, 6 faces, 2 round faces, things like that. We've also talked about composite shapes, where you take 2 shapes and you make 1 new shape, okay? Or take 6 shapes and make 1 new shape. Like we did that a whole bunch yesterday. Today, if you have access to a printer, I want you to go to Google Classroom and print out the, I think it's a template. I think this is the template. It has 2 on it like this, but I already cut half of mine off because we're going to need these today. If you don't have access to it, it's okay. I've got mine. I think it's Miss Kaelyn today has hers. So no big deal, okay? So let's get our brain started. I can compose a new shape from composite shapes. So I can take shapes and make a whole new shape, okay? Just like we did yesterday. We're not going to do fluency today. So we're going to fly through here. We're going to fly through this. We've been talking about shapes all lesson long. And we're going to look at our application problem today. So get my hat. Got my detective cap. I'm ready to be a detective. Good detectives always read a math word problem all the way through first. Darnell and Tamara are comparing their grapes. Darnell's vine has 9 grapes. Tamara's vine has 6 grapes. How many more grapes does Darnell have than Tamara? All right, I got this. Let's do this. We know that it's Darnell and Tamara. And we're going to compare how many grapes they have. So I'm going to do a double tape diagram. But I'm going to do it a little different this time, okay? I'm going to draw out my tape diagrams. So Darnell has 9 grapes. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's 9. And there's my tape. That way I can visually see what 9 looks like, okay? Let me see if I can. No, there we go. Now, Tamara has 6 grapes on her vine. I'm going to draw my tape. And I'm going to put 6. Okay, so I can visually see it. Now, Darnell has a 6 in his tape. It's right here. Okay, so I can make a 6. How many more does he have? Well, I know I can say 1, 2, 3. I see 3 more. I know that 6 plus 9 is 3, or 9 minus 6 is 3, or 6 plus 3 is 9. So how many more grapes does Darnell have than Tamara? Darnell has 3 more grapes. Uh-oh, I just realized something, guys. I forgot something. I forgot my number sentence. Now, I could say 9 minus the 6 gives me 3. Or I could say 6 plus something equals 9, which would also be 3. Okay, you could write either one. So I should see a picture, a number sentence, and a statement. Because I want to know how many more grapes does Darnell have than Tamara? Darnell has 3 more grapes. So, oh, almost lost my lid. Case hat can come off. We can erase our board and get us ready for Miss Kaelyn. So I'm going to pause just for a second. Friends, you did print it off. You should still have it like this. And you need scissors, okay? So let me pause just for a second. Okay, friends, I'm ready to go. I've got my template. I already cut part of it out. Got a pair of scissors so I can cut it out just like Miss Kaelyn's going to do. If you did print this out, don't use this piece, okay? Not yet, at least. We're going to use that later. So here's what you have. If you don't have this stuff, it's okay. Just follow along.
Welcome to class, my marvelous mathematicians. It's Miss Kaelyn here, ready to guide you through another lesson. Today, we will be making new shapes from composite shapes. If you remember, composite shapes are when we take shapes and make bigger shapes from them. For today, you will need your Tangram template and a pair of scissors. Pause the video to collect your scissors and your Tangram template, and we'll get started when you're ready.
Now again, if you don't have this stuff, it's okay.
Welcome back. You will need those scissors right away. Let's get started. We're going to start by cutting out the first Tangram.
I already did that.
Outside. When you're done, it should look like this.
A little space.
Pause the video now to cut it out.
So you didn't see my, I don't cut off the black. That way you can still see
Welcome
mine.
back. Today, we will be cutting out shapes from this larger one. First, what shape is this?
Looks like a square to me.
Yes, it's a square. Or we could say it's a rectangle, because a square is a special type of rectangle. Or a rhombus, because a square is a special type of rhombus. But for today, let's call it a square. Watch what I do. I'm going to take my square and fold it down the diagonal. I want you to do the same thing.
Trying. Oh, I think I've.
Mathematician, need more time. You can pause the video. We're going to keep going. What shape did we make?
Made a triangle.
Yes, this is a triangle. Cut with me. We're going to cut down the line we just made.
You're going to cut straight down this middle line, okay?
Great job cutting. How many shapes do we have?
1, 2.
Yes, we cut out and we have 2 shapes. And what shapes are they?
Triangles. Because they have 3 straight
Yes,
sides
they're both
and 3
triangles.
corners.
Do you see any other shapes inside of those triangles?
I see a couple.
Yes, let's look at one at a time. Put this shape in front of you. Do you have this shape in front of you?
Yep.
Great. What 2 shapes are making up this triangle?
It's another
Go to the
triangle.
button on your screen. Which 2 shapes are making up this triangle?
There's one
Is it
shape
made up of triangles,
and there's another triangle.
rhombus, or squares? I see 2 triangles. Let's go ahead and cut those out. If you need more time cutting, always press pause. We're going to keep going. Now that I have my 2 triangles cut out, let's look at the other shape. What shapes do you see in here?
I see a triangle,
I see a
another
triangle.
triangle.
Right there.
I see a
I
square.
see 2 more triangles.
Here's your other
I
triangle.
see a square.
And then here is our
And
rhombus.
that's it kind of looks a little bit like a rhombus, but it's not a rhombus. Because a rhombus has 4 equal sides, and those sides don't look. This is a new shape. This shape is called a parallelogram.
Say that one.
It is
Parallelogram.
not a rhombus. It's a rhombus. And a rhombus has 4 equal sides. This parallelogram, it doesn't have 4 equal sides. Go ahead and put your 2 larger triangles to the side. We are going to cut this triangle off.
Okay, we're gonna cut the
Pick
top
up your
triangle.
scissors and just cut this next triangle off. to the side. Pause the video if you need more time. Mathematician, take a look at what you have left. What shape is this?
It looks like a
If you
trapezoid.
need a hint, turn it over to look at it.
Looks like a trapezoid, doesn't it?
Mathematician, what shape is this? It's a trapezoid. I see a trapezoid. Let's cut again. Now, cut the parallelogram off. You can put that to the side. Pause the video now if you need more time. Now, mathematician, what shape do you see here?
I still see a trapezoid.
Yes, it's a smaller trapezoid. That's so awesome. There was a smaller trapezoid and a bigger trapezoid hiding inside of that square. Let's cut out the rest of the pieces.
It,
Pause the video now if you need more time to cut out the rest of your pieces. We're going to keep going. Now that we have all our pieces cut out, are you ready for a Kaelyn challenge?
let's do a Kaelyn challenge.
This Kaelyn challenge is going to be super fun. Your challenge is to put all these pieces back together to make a square. I'm going to go behind my secret wall and try and make a square too. Work really hard. Encourage yourself. Even though it might not be easy, super doable. Let's go try.
Okay. I'm going
to try and put this square back together.
with the square because I know that the square had
Hmm.
a triangle on both sides. But I got to remember which way it went. I think it went like this. Or maybe it was like this.
I remember we cut out that big
And then we
triangle.
had
first in the middle.
parallelogram.
I think that might help.
And then we had the triangle on top because we made the trapezoid and then we had that. Okay. So I got part of it. All right. And then
Don't give up. You got this.
this
Keep
was
going.
not like that quite. Maybe it was. Don't remember, guys. Can you help me out? Do you remember how to do it? I'll have to move mine over so y'all can see it.
Pause the video now if you need more time. And it's okay if you need more time. You're putting together a complicated challenge.
All right, so I'm going to need more time because I don't remember how to do this, guys. It looks sort of like a square so far. So maybe if I do, I want to make a corner here. So maybe I do it like this. And then maybe, no, that's not it. Do you guys remember? I can't remember. Let's just see if Miss Kaelyn can help us.
This
That's
is how I
right.
put it back together. I have a
went
square
together.
again. These 7 pieces form a large square called a tangram. You can use the different pieces in the tangram to make new shapes. If I just use these 2 triangles, what new shape do I have?
A bigger triangle.
I have a triangle. Take a moment to explore. What are some other shapes you could make?
We made trapezoids. We could probably make,
I'm going to work with you.
I bet we could make a rhombus. Put another square. Here's a rectangle.
I used mine to make a square. Did you make a square?
We also made a rectangle, didn't
There's
we?
a bunch of shapes you can make.
See, we made a rectangle.
I hope you had as much fun with those tangrams as I did, because you didn't. You completed today's super fun lesson. You will need those tangram pieces to complete your problem set today. But first, let's give our brain some love. Repeat after me. My brain is great.
My brain is great.
My brain will grow.
My brain will grow.
The harder I work,
The harder I work,
the more I'll know.
the more I'll know.
And that's so true. Come with me as we go to your problem set. Your must-do problems are 2, 3, and 4. I hope you had as much fun as I did working with these tangram and shapes today. You have a great day, and I can't wait to see you next time. Goodbye, wonderful mathematician.
Bye, Miss Kaelyn. All right, let's look at our problem set. She said we're going to do 2, 3, and 4. So let's look at number 2 and 3. It says use 2 of your tangram pieces to make a square. Which 2 pieces did you use? Draw or trace the pieces to show how you made the square. Now, let's pull out my pieces again because we built the square. I know that if I take 2 triangles and put the big sides together like this, I can make a square. And you can show me using triangles here. Yeah, I'm trying to make it that way. How about we just draw it, shall we? Might be easier to draw it. So let's get my drawing tools out. So I want a triangle like this and a triangle that goes like this. See, it's not very easy to draw, and that's okay. I get the kind of idea that that's going to be a triangle and it's going to turn it into a square. But you got to tell me what 2 pieces you used and then try your best to draw it, okay? Now, number 4 says use 4 of your tangram pieces to make a trapezoid. Remember, we did that. We had our square, we had our triangle. I'm gonna make sure I turn it the right way. We had another triangle. Remember, we gotta use 4 pieces and not just 3. And then we used our parallelogram. Okay, and we made a trapezoid. Now, it's going to be hard to draw that, but do the best you can. Tell me what pieces you used. Remember, we used a triangle, square, triangle, and parallelogram, okay? Now, let's look at number 4. It says use all 7 of these pieces to complete the puzzle. Now, guys, I know that you probably don't have this to a computer printer, and that's okay. I'm not going to make you do number 4 because number 4, you have to have the template and you have to have all pieces, and you probably don't have that. If you do, great. But if you don't, it's okay. I'm not going to make you do number 4. I do want you to do numbers 2 and 3. Okay? So let's do this real quick and see if maybe we can try to figure this out. I know that his tail looks like a parallelogram, so I'm going to match it. That kind of looks like a triangle, so I'm going to put the triangle here and see if it works. His head kind of looks like a square. Oh, look, 2 triangles. Let's see if I can fix this the way it needs to be. Now I got to figure out how to fit these pieces in here. I've got 2 pieces left. Let's see if I can figure this out. Well, I don't know that that'll fit. Let's move some stuff around. Could I? Ta-da! Look at that, guys. Now we've created our little, looks like kind of like a cat. Now, again, if you have access to a printer at home and you can print this stuff off and you want to try this out, go for it. If you don't, it's okay. Number 4, you don't have to do, but I do want you to and 3. So please go work on number 2 and number 3. See if I can change it so you can see the outlines better. There we go. And then make sure you do your exit ticket, turn it into me. Once you turn it into me, you're all done. And I'll see you guys on our next lesson. Bye, friends.